work.
That is that close? I mean, I'm not like I'm about a
Yeah.
foot away from it, so
Yeah, you're good. We're live now. Oh, that works fantastic. I don't have to do a scheduled stream. I can just click go and we is going. Tarnation TV Turbo, man. Nice to meet you.
Turbo.
What are you up to
Good to
tonight?
meet you. What is happening? Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just getting ready for some racing here.
Yeah, we're doing the Keith Bynum series here Monday nights at Talladega Nights is the Aero 88 series, the DWI series, the somebody said the driving while intoxicated series.
That's
It's
what I was gonna say. Because in Canada, up
yeah,
north, it's at
yeah.
least out west, it's DUI, driving under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
I figured DWI was familiar. I thought it might stand. Yeah, driving while intoxicated. That's a.
Yep. It actually
You
means
know what?
drivers with integrity. But
Oh, okay. Well, that's two
oh,
completely different takes on it then. That being said, if you're gonna drive while intoxicated, NASCAR 2003 in the safety of your house is probably the place to do it.
yeah, you'll make a lot of internet people angry. But
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying like racing. I'm like offline. You don't want to race with people online.
no,
You're gonna
no.
be.
Put on the
All
artificial
right,
and
hang on
go.
one sec here. I got DoorDash here again. Oh man, these guys
Oh,
keep showing up at the
sweet.
wrong time.
More burritos. I love me some burritos. Tuck in behind Mr. Black here in the 58. Currently in happy hour. Practice getting onto the pits here at Michigan International Speedway.
Let me tell you, DoorDash was not happy about being called DoorDash. Hello. That was the wife bringing me a sandwich.
Yeah,
So
don't.
she's like, that's going to be $10, you jerk. Except for she didn't say jerk. Oh, we're on turbo. She called me a piece of shit. That was the matter of.
Yeah, this is turbo. Yeah, this is PG, hard PG 13.
She's like, that's going to be $10, asshole.
You
Oh, yeah,
piece
all
of
right.
shit, asshole.
Enjoy your sandwich, you lousy, good for nothing so and so.
All right, let's try some pitting. Hard brake on the bank.
Oh.
Snap her down onto the flat. Don't die.
Oh.
Didn't get the memo.
Hey, what? Oh, you barely touched it. You ripped your bumper off. There
All
you
right,
go.
let's-
Again, just knocking that back bumper off.
Yeah, it's the illegal removal of the bumper, eh?
Nice. Haunted Black and White Edition.
Yeah, this car is black and white because I have a colored version of it. And then
Yeah.
we were running a Halloween race, and I'm like, I don't want to make a whole new car. So I just took my existing car and turned it all black and white, except for the
Made
numbers,
it
of
into a
course.
ghost.
And then I just put the haunted edition on the back with some Ghostbuster stuff.
Nice.
So next week I'll switch it up and run the colors. It's a brown, green, and yellow car. It's hideous. I love it. Sponsored by Riverhead Craft Brewing here local in Kingston. If you need some pints on Easter, they are open.
Nice. That is, yeah. I always need a pint. Sometimes two.
Well, the beer stores are always closed on the long weekends and the holidays and stuff, right? So, oh man, how do I
right.
get beer? Well, microbreweries are going to be open. Yeah.
Right? Nice. That's a good thing to have too, right? Because sometimes you're not thinking about beer before the long weekend. You got your priorities mixed up. And
Right.
You need to grab a sixer.
Don't want to wait in line at the beer store like 7,000 other people. Just go to a microbrewery. The beer's probably better anyway.
Right? Support your local business.
Yeah. Come on, pit stop practice.
I think this is the one.
Nope.
I figured I wasn't even looking at the screen. I just heard you say it, and I figured I would just chime in with something.
There's another version of Michigan that I'm so used to hitting on where you can just turn the car straight down that chute to the line. But if you do it here, this is the original one that came with the game. Something's different because you'll spin out every time. So you used to be able to hook right from the wall and just basically turn left and just drive straight down to the flat and then slam the brakes on, right?
So it's a change in the track surface then, is it?
Probably a little bit. Yeah, maybe they gripped it up a bit more. Something just throws you off because all the different versions, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm running
Maybe it just
different.
rained the day before you got here, and all the
Right.
oils came to the surface.
Little bit doity.
Yep. Oh, the goat guy on the front. Do you
Yeah.
will they just run out no matter what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if
Well,
I
they say
drive
that one
through, they'll
looks
just
good.
run back. They're like, "Oh, where'd you go?" And don't park too close to the wall because they won't be able to change your tires.
Oh, that's right. That
And
makes
they'd be
I
like,
mean,
"You
makes
parked too
sense.
close to the wall. We can't change your left side tires." They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Here
not
you
good."
were trying to be nice and keep your car in off the road, and then he had to pull over and take a phone call. I respect the not driving and talking.
Or he's looking for that coupon for the sausage cart in the infield.
That was back at Dega, I think. That's not. I don't know what the. Maybe I'll go down and leave the. If you want to pull over the next pit stop, I'll hop out and see what's going on at the hot dog stand. In the meantime, I'll let you practice your pits in a little bit of silence here while I quickly scarf down some.
There's a
Uber Eats.
55 right at the line. That was perfect. Let's do that all day.
Is it? That's what you need to get, right? Second
What
gear, 55.
What did your lovely wife, also known as DoorDash, deliver to you this evening, sir?
I've got a clubhouse sandwich and some fries.
Oh, yeah.
Extra bacon.
Do you want to know what Skip the Dishes delivered to me when she got home from work today?
What was that?
Grilled cheese.
Ooh. There's something about that. Did you go with the soup too, or just the grilled cheese?
No, actually, no soup. But yeah, the soup's always nice.
Sometimes if it's like cold out, but again, if it's not a bad day, grilled cheese is something about, I like that.
Yeah, it's great. And then just a stack of ketchup. It's just a gnarly meal that's always been good and always will be good.
Right? You feel a little bit fancy, throw some ham, some bacon in there, punch it up a little bit.
Yeah, I've done that too. Just start grabbing stuff out of the fridge.
Yeah, usually when we have company coming over, I'll put in some fancy stuff in the grilled cheese.
Right. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get the green peppers.
Yeah, some green peppers, some bacon, and some ham with some chicken. Who knows what this is now? It's a monstrosity, but I'm gonna eat it because I'm hungry. Whoa!
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go read a silent here just for a moment and let you do your thing, and I'm just gonna scarf this down.
Cool. Yeah, I got the team speak back on here so I can hear these guys. Thanks, Pat.
If something happens on the first lap, we will restart. Call it out. Thank you, Talladega Nights, for letting us race this series.
Oh, I thought he said clear and there was somebody there. That's always fun. But remember, there is a major draft on this track too, so
Oh yeah,
usually
you'll
if
pick
you-
up quite a bit more than
well, yeah, if you
usual.
run by yourself, you don't really need to lift too much going into the corners. But when you've got the pull and the push going on, it's definitely, you got to lift out. Lift out, bud, lift out. It's a great track, though. Michigan International Speedway, the original track that launched in 2003. No fancy shenanigans.
Just a throwback right to the classic, eh?
Yeah.
I bet you were better at this 20 years ago than you were today. Would you think so? No, maybe you got a wheel now, so that's going to change things up.
Yeah, I started this game with a wheel, actually. I had a Wingman Formula Force.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I just remember being a lot better at games when I was a kid.
I do too.
Certain games.
I know what you're saying, yeah. This is a lot more fun now because I've been doing way more league racing. And it's so much more fun with actual drivers.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it just went right out in front of me. I guess you gotta.
Such a good game, though.
Right. Did we catch what happened there? I was kind of looking away, dipping a French fry.
Couple of self spins. Guys just went in the corner too hot, and the car got out from underneath them.
Like, so they're taking selfies in the corner there, sending them to the lady friend. Like, look where I am.
Yep.
Turn 3 of Daytona. Oh no, not Daytona. Where did you say? You just told me what it was. Now.
Michigan.
Michigan.
Nobody's gonna go to the pits right now. So I'm at 12th. Oh, they are going. Well, I'm going to lead a lap because you get bonus points for leading a lap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's pretty early. What's the fuel window on this one? Sorry.
Pitch 5, guys.
Way to work 'em. Clean air here, buddy. Let's just get a nice rhythm here. Line up behind the train.
And they all, that early in the race, if everybody's going to go down and pit, I'm going to take the 3 bonus points. I think it's 5.
Absolutely.
I think you get 5 bonus points for leading a lap, and then you get 5 more for leading the most laps. So there's a possible 185 points to bring out of a race, because I think 175 for first, I believe.
55 mile an hour, sir. Take that in. I don't know.
I wonder if I want to pit now or just stay out. What do you think?
I don't know. Are you gonna put yourself at a disadvantage? You're gonna have a better chance of merging into the pack, or you want to just keep the lead and keep racking up those points?
I don't know.
I'm kind of leaning towards keeping the points racked, but I mean, I don't know if there's. I have no strategy in this game.
They pitted with 4 laps in, so I'm thinking maybe just stay out.
What's the fuel? 2 times, 3 times?
I can go 12 more laps. It's probably a 3x.
That's odd. I mean, maybe
I'll do it.
Yeah, I was going to say there must be a reason, beyond me what it would be, but that's just because I'm still learning NASCAR.
It's weird. I don't know what to do. But it's early though, so you don't really need to be too crazy with the strategy. But
I'm driving the same stuff I've had for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years.
I wonder maybe what's happening? Oh, jeez. Okay. I guess I have to actually get into pit box first.
Oh,
I'm like, did I get a penalty? I thought they were holding me because they'll hold you and not do anything. I'm like, wait, I'm not even in my.
You were a little bit too
I'm
far
not
off,
even in
man.
my box. Yeah. Well, as I say, Larry will get in front of me. Lights are off, so we're going green. Ooh, no. Let's get a black flag. Jeez.
Right.
Hopefully not. I guess we'll find out in a second. Unsafe merge. You wait till the yellow line goes away, and then you're allowed to merge.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He'll
I
tell
wasn't
ya.
sure. I'm like, you're running awfully low.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, well, maybe I should have stayed out because I didn't really need to. But then, yeah, like when you said, what's the frequency on the pit cycles? I'm like, yeah, it's a 3x because like you getting 13 laps on a tank.
Oh,
Or
okay. So
15
yeah, it's a bit of a
laps.
shorter.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, maybe it is better to go in. Or if it had been 2x, maybe I'd have stayed. I probably would have stayed out. But like I said, it's early too. You best just throw new tires on it.
Yeah, and you're right back in with the pack there anyway. So
All right, boys, sort it out. I'm gonna sit back here and watch.
yo, that didn't take long. Good call on that.
Larry was in front of me, so we don't race back. That's just the game. It's such an old game. They used to race back in 2003 in real life. But
Oh, okay.
not,
Was that in the, so that
not
wasn't
10
in
to
the
go.
game back then?
Sorry?
Yeah. That wasn't in the game back then, the race back at that point?
Oh, you always race back in 2003, but then they put in what we're doing now. We're just freeze the field. That way no other
Gotcha.
accidents happen. You're racing back and crash again. Like, field's locked. But then under 10, with 10 to go, we will race back. Just a little thing they do in an old game to kind of keep it moving, right? Cause less screwing around.
Oh, that makes sense.
See, now I'm at the back. I'm fourth from being last. I might just go in and get gas.
Yeah, just keep hanging out at the back and waiting for these guys to keep taking each other out.
Yeah. I mean, being up front's nice too, because at least then everything happens behind you.
Well, there's that for sure as well. There's got some options, is what I'm hearing.
Ay. We do need the red shell and the purple shell and green shell.
It would spice it up a little bit
Yeah.
for those of you that don't care for just watching the fine art of driving, who don't understand the intricacies. Think of it as the glowing hockey puck on Fox for the non-NASCAR fans in your life.
Right.
Just a little augmented reality. But like, oh no, the race just changed because I just hit you with a green shell,
Yeah.
which everybody knows is way harder to hit than any other shell.
And then there's like a floating question mark in the middle of the track, and you crash into it, and it gives you more ammunition.
Like, honestly, I think that's maybe the next gen for NASCAR racing. We'll have to
Yeah.
I'll have to pitch it to all the fine folks in NASCAR the next time
I got this fantastic idea here, right? So Mario Kart, but in real life.
Exactly.
You're brilliant,
honestly,
Steve.
If you could figure out a way of doing it, I think there would be a market for that for sure.
Probably. Or Death
To
Race.
do it without being deadly, I would suspect would be the thing, right? Like, oh, you just threw some oil down. You just threw a squid at that guy's car, and he crashed into the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not. People don't die in Mario Kart. That's not the thing we're going for here.
No, there's no murder in Mario games. And you say Mario just like I do, but some people say Mario.
Super Mario Brothers.
Those
Super
people
Mario.
are wrong.
I would say Mario.
Well, even Mario says Mario, right? It's a me, Mario. Like, he doesn't say, it's a me, Mario. He doesn't say that.
That's a good thing. It probably was something that never would have ever bothered me before hearing it, but now will be a forever thorn
Yeah.
in my side.
Mario is wrong.
Super Mario Brothers.
Nope.
Or Mario Brothers.
That was always a thing. I'm like, I don't even know
Okay.
why you say it wrong, because Mario says his own name, Mario.
It's me, Mario. Yeah. It's me, Mario. That's not Mario.
See, now you're like, yeah, what the hell?
Hold on, I gotta go fire up the
Somebody-
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Fire up the N64.
Somebody out of line up here? Are we missing a guy? I think Javier is in the wrong spot. Javier is supposed to be in front of... Weird. It appears like there might be a car
is that-
missing. I don't know what's going on here.
Is that why the continued yellow?
No, it just looks like there's an extra spot on the inside that 91 should take, but he can't because he can't pass me. Maybe we're just not tight enough yet. That's probably what it is.
Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Go get him. Take cars off. Be ready. Come around to 91. Green, green, green.
Yeah, I was browsing on Facebook looking at some of your renders, sir. May
Oh, yeah.
I say, my
That's fun,
word.
man.
Yeah, you make it look easy.
It's cool, man. Like the blender thing is pretty fun. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be.
No.
Oh, big slide up the track there, the 114 of Eli.
Holy.
Caution's out. God damn it.
Just about made me drop my onion rings there.
Still outside. Clear high. Outside. Clear high.
Just about got rear-ended by Elliott. Chris Elliott.
Here it is. You got to look out for these yahoos on the racetrack.
Get it? Yeah. Ooh. Working on some new paint jobs for Javier there in the 4. He asked me yesterday. He goes, man, would it be possible
okay.
to do grave digger? I'm like, yeah. Car looks gross. It's awesome.
Right? I was going to say, that sounds like it'd be right up your alley.
He wanted it for the main events on Friday and Saturday. So I'm working on a car for him right now for Shake and Bake, and I'm going to work on a Fast and Furious truck for him for Friday nights in the grave digger style.
Nice. Now, is he new with the racing league or just new coming back to it? I haven't heard that name as much in other leagues so far.
No, me neither. Javier Negron is a new name for me, but he's clearly played the game before. Just
No, it's fantastic.
elsewhere,
I
and
mean,
we've
it's
never
always-
bumped into him.
Every new name that we come across is fantastic. I think it's just bringing that much more people into. It's just one more person to be lined up for a Friday or Saturday night, right? Like the more the community gets bigger. So I just hadn't. I don't remember calling that name out in the short stint of racing that I've done so far with you. So that's what I figured I would confer with you and see. I'm like, I think it's new, but always good to have. Like say, I got to get a wheel. I'd like to get out here and start. Well, I'd like to get a wheel
fun.
and start practicing, and then get out. But I got to do some practicing.
Yeah.
They're gonna stop you out here on pit road, buddy.
I stay in wide there. I'm like, no.
The paint card in turn one.
Yeah,
Oh, that. I see what I
too
mean.
close.
Yep. They can't get the lefts off.
How bad were your tires after that far?
It wouldn't. Not really going to matter much.
I was gonna. Is this track a tire eater?
Line up behind the 40.
Not as much as other ones, probably.
A little bit. It's definitely more of a tire eater than Talladega, depending how you drive it. Like, if we get going green, you can steer harder into the turns, and it will help you turn better if you go in too fast to the corner, but it's going to roast those fronts, right? You do that for a few laps, but you're pushing it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You want to be smooth, right? That's always the name of the game is smooth. You can drive the snot out
Well,
of it, but you're going to need tires.
Especially if you're in there getting fuel anyways, right?
Yeah. And like there's my tires situation there. So those lefts didn't even need to be changed anyway, so that's not a big deal. It's more for a fuel stop. There's Jeffrey Elliott in front there. Driving a Mountain Dew car, of course.
That makes sense. He's usually in the Mountain Dew, isn't he?
Yep. Lights are off. I am position number 12. So I need to be on the outside line. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Somebody must have pitted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. So I'm actually in 11th. See, that's the thing about these tracks is Talladega is easy because the start-finish line is after the pit exit.
Yep.
Every other track, this stripe runs down the middle of the. Yeah, it works for me. So what happened was, if there's cars in the pits and we're going by on the track, they hit the stripe before we do. It messes up the cycle because they come out behind us. Like you'll be in the back, it'll tell you you're in 11th, even though you're behind the 20th place car, right? Because you just got over the line in that spot, but you're actually on the pits. It shouldn't count. But it does.
No, but yeah, that's I guess one of those things, right? You get the just an odd setup. Man, looking at these cars reminds me of my old Monte Carlo.
Yeah, man. There's a car. It's exactly what these are, the 88s. What year was that Monte Carlo?
Mine was 86.
Perfect.
But it wouldn't have had the SS kit. It was just kind of the bare bones. But, oh, snot. Oh,
that took out a lot of guys.
There's upside down, over, rolling, tumbling.
Everybody.
Shoot.
Yeah, that's Michigan's a good track, but you can't really drive the car too hard for the first couple laps. You really do have to let your tires heat up. You got to be smooth for about 3 laps or so at least. Once you with a 3 times multiplier, yeah. If you get about 2 or 3 laps under you can really start to drive it hard. But it's really slippery. Really, like especially on the first lap on cold tires.
Oh yeah, I saw that even just in the practice runs there before that you guys were doing before you were getting all warmed up. Whoa!
Hey now, I'm gonna go over here.
I saw you guys are all bunched up there.
I tried to mess with you a little bit. I'm just chirping with Jeff.
Yeah.
He's like, you heard me say that, did you? I'm like, yeah, but I wanted to make you, squirm in your seat a bit. Oh, this is Thai Nation TV Turbo. I wanted to make him shit his pants.
Hold on. Monday nights? Well, shit. Why didn't you say so? Turkey lips. Yeah.
It's like one of those things. I'm going to pretend to fuck him up and then make him shit his pants.
Whoa. We don't allow. Well, we do. I'm just heard back from our sponsors that we're allowed to say all kinds of shit on here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just got word from league office. Let her rip.
Yep. I remember the day, or maybe it was the day on the local radio station I hear that they realized they could say shit on the radio. I don't know if it was a new thing that they come out in the last 10 years or something about in terms of like public broadcasting, but as long as you didn't describe it as something as being like shitty, but if you said like you just had a bunch of shit on your desk,
In context,
there
yeah.
there was context that would define how. So then it was just like for like a week straight, we're like, well, check this shit out.
Right.
Like they just found a new tool for their, a new shovel for the sandbox. They're like, oh my god,
That's
it
like in a
changes so many things.
in a PG-13 movie, you're allowed one F word, but in context, it can't relate to sexual stuff.
In your opinion, I have one guess. I was gonna say I don't know what your guess would be. I think it might be the same, but do you have a favorite example of a single-use fuck in a PG-13 movie? And the one I'm thinking right off the top of my head, I have one without even thinking about it.
I'm thinking Spaceballs.
Oh, no, that wasn't it. What was What scene?
At the end, when
in the desert.
No, at the end of the movie when they self-destruct, somebody activated the self-destruct switch, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, just just hit the deactivation button. They're like, there's a deactivation button, and they go into the. He's like, yeah, it's right there, and like there's a cabinet that says like deactivate self-destruct. He opens up the door, and it's got an out of order tag hanging on it, and he goes, fuck, even in the future nothing works.
That's right.
So that's not like. You're not saying you're going to effing kill somebody. Like
No,
it's just an expression in a sentence,
The purest expression of anger as
Right.
as the truest form.
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say, and I don't know if you remember this one, in the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
The moment that he's on this bus, he gets on the bus when they
Such a
realize
good
there's a
movie.
bomb on there.
Yeah.
He's there to defuse it, and so at one point in the movie, probably halfway, I don't know. They're on the bus, they're moving, so he's like, I'm gonna check to make sure that it's even there. So he pulls the floor panel out from the bus and then sticks his head down under the bus, so you just see the shot as just like the
Okay.
road going by.
Yeah.
And then all you see is Keanu's head pop under there. It pans right on his face. He sees the bomb, we see the bomb, and then it pans back to him and it's like, fuck me.
Right.
I remember
Right. I forgot about that
like,
one. That's a great one too.
because I'm pretty sure my mom had taken us to see that, and like even it was so comedic that the whole theater, like it wasn't I mean, I'm sure maybe a couple people were clutching their pearls, but I just never forget that scene as like watching that going,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
That's a good
That
one
was, like,
because
what-
that's all in context. You can get away with that because it's not like, violent thing of any kind or sexual thing of any kind. It's just like, fuck me. Like, yeah.
That's just what you say when you see a bomb under
Yeah.
your butt. Like, I don't know what else. If
We're
you're
gonna
saying
explode.
anything else, then we're I don't know. I don't know how to deal with you if you would say like, oh darn.
Yeah, and I went to Spaceballs and like, yeah, there's so many like there's probably
Those
more.
ones. Oh, for sure. That was the one that I always think to when because I didn't know about that obviously at the time that these movies are only allowed to until years gone. Probably I don't know when I found out some internet tidbit that I found out that you can only use one F word per movie and
And yeah,
you
but
can only say
in the
shit
right
twice.
context, so you got to be careful. 'Cause F word's pretty harsh, and they're going to be picky on how it's used, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't know. But that was for me that was the first one that I could think of. Pull up the YouTube chat and see if anybody's in there. I don't think so. I think I was the only one watching before.
Oh, we single file restart. Oh, that's new information.
No one's watching. So
That's
not
why I
right.
turned the mics back on because I couldn't hear. I noticed these guys were kind of running nose to tail, and I'm thinking they're probably going to do single file restarts to try to prevent these side by side racing on cold tires. Speed's such a good movie. I gotta
Yeah,
plug
it
that
was,
in again,
man,
man.
like-
Dennis Hopper and Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves, like,
I will tell you though, Bushy,
And come on, I'm losing his name. Lloyd and
and the guys are
not
Who?
Lloyd Christmas. Dumb and Dumber. Jeff.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels as the
Yeah.
buddy. You the hostage.
Yeah,
Pop
shoot,
quiz, hot shot.
You shot me. You told me.
Oh man, yeah, Dennis Hopper, good weirdo. And
Yeah.
so is the Duke got a little bit of an internet hiccup, or is he just a little bit squirrely on the track there?
He spun him out. He spun the tires a little bit there. I'll take advantage of that
okay.
one.
Yeah, no, I saw it there just before that though. Was he just wiggling the wheel a bit, just warming him up?
That might be, yeah, warming him up. The jitters or internet things where that was like him legitimately just trying to keep the heat in the tires.
No, okay. Yellow again? What
Yeah.
happened?
People
I guess we don't know.
People sliding around back there. Guys are racing too hard on cold tires. That's all that's happening.
Goddamn newbies.
Sorry, say again.
I said goddamn newbies.
Yeah, exactly.
Noobs.
Well, it's not Talladega. That's the thing, right?
Are a lot of these guys Talladega racers only, or
No.
they're just
Like,
branching out into something new?
it's possible, but I mean, if you play the game, I would think like you've raced on other tracks before, you know. But this
Yeah.
is a weird one. Like it's a 3x multiplier, so you're gonna have to do a couple laps. You know, if it was a 1x, you'd have to do 10 laps to get warmed up, like really get warmed up, so you could really drive it hard. You know, on a 3 times multiplier, obviously it happens 3 times quicker. But I wouldn't really start driving the car hard for probably 2 or 3 laps at the least. Knowing
Do you have
that,
tire temp?
yeah, I'll pull it up.
Sorry.
F4 right there. See, they're cold, man. If those are up near 190, 200, then you can drive it.
So just a little bit of learning curve, I guess.
I was gonna follow Mo. I was gonna follow Alex. If he was gonna stay out,
Yeah.
I was gonna go with him.
Again,
I'm not gonna get tires though. I'm just gonna get gas. Those tires
refresh
aren't even hot.
My memory, if you will. Alex Moe, has he been with the league for a while, or is that
Yeah.
a new name? He has. Was he out for a bit last season or something? I don't recall him seeing, or maybe we just.
Sometimes we refer to him as Pac. That's his nickname.
That's what it was. Okay, I know. Sorry, I know we had this discussion the other day, and I could not recall what it was, and that's exactly what it was. Now I remember what you were saying there. So, Pac. That's why. I think I've heard that name before more than I've heard.
Yeah,
Mo.
Alex Pac Mo, number 48.
I'm still trying to learn all the names, let alone the nicknames. God damn.
Yeah, Gary Slingshot,
is,
Mangus, Kelly
this is-
Buckshot, Kazi.
We got, Squeegee, McGee over here, and that's
Yeah.
old Droopy Nuts, and this old Stinkfist. All this wacky level,
Russell Stinkfist.
right? Like, yeah, Gary Droopy Balls Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Like, just whatever.
Molten Avalanche,
Yeah, right? Like,
Crimson Hurricane.
yeah, Ground Zero,
Yeah.
Strike Force,
Yeah. Yeah, Kangaroo Uppercut. That guy's really good.
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, there's already, we already got, we have some of the Pumpkin, right?
We do have
Someone's
Pumpkin,
got
yeah,
that
Bob Pumpkin Sire, yep.
name. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, so that one even, yeah, we're running, like I say, that's a lot of nicknames just to learn, but, holy smokes. I was
I'm
gonna
gonna-
call them everybody, yeah.
I'm going to come up with one really good one, like Blaine Molten Avalanche Darlin or something. I'll come up with something like that.
Right? Like,
Or like a
that's a
song
name
lyric.
that sounds like a powerful name, Molten Avalanche. Like, that
Yeah.
sounds like, that's like a Mountain Dew flavor.
Like 15 years ago on YouTube, there was Josh. We were doing all these skits and stuff, and he always made fun of the wrestling promos. So he had a guy with like long black hair and like black trench coat, called himself the Prism. And then there was one of his buddies was a luchador guy who dressed in a luchador mask, and he called him, his name was Pone El Cachiro Barreora. Just making up these names. So my guy was Molten Avalanche.
Oh, well, there you go. That,
I wore like a
that
Corona
tracks.
soccer jersey and like a weird gimp bondage like thing I found at an army surplus store. It was like it looks like that, but it's actually one of those like Canadian. I'm in the Arctic. I don't want my skin to melt off because it's so cold. It's one of those things, but it's from like the 40s, so it looks like some kind of weird Hannibal Lecter shit.
Shit,
Like
right
1927 face mask. It just looks like you're about to serial kill a whole bunch of people.
That's fantastic, though. You got to get
Molten Avalanche.
You got to dig that out. Oh, hey, you know what? I completely neglected to mention, and I'll have to put it again on. But I got a T-shirt in the mail today
Bullshit.
from
From me.
a friend of mine from you from back east.
Yeah.
And you
I was
got
going
it
to text you that
from-
today. Did you get that goddamn shirt yet?
It just came in today, bud.
Yeah, man.
You got that from
Put us
Mr.
in, coach.
Cosby, was that correct?
Yes.
So it fits great, man. The XL. Sure glad I didn't go with the large. Holy
No,
smokes.
I know.
Apparently
It's
I've
the same
been,
thing. I'm like, we're in business. Hashtag put us in, coach.
I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe a large, but it turned out, I had been bulking up for the winter, and well, you know what they say, right? You can't sculpt with a little bit of clay, right? So,
Yep.
I got a lot of clay, and so far I've done very little sculpting.
See that there? I got squirrely
cultivate.
because the tires are cold and I spun them. Might
Oh,
start.
right. Well,
I
easy
might
enough to
start in
happen, right? You
second
gotta
gear.
just feather it, yeah.
Keith Bynum looking to pass me on the left. I'll let him go if he wants to take it. So I'm in no mood to race, guys. See how much this thing slides?
Oh, wow. I was gonna say that's
you
a
gotta
bold
use the
move. He must have
You got to use the
been
whole
confident
track.
with his tire temp.
Yeah. Alex took
come
tires. I
over
mean, there's
left.
only a couple laps on the tires. That's why I opted not to take them. I mean, whatever wear is on them might actually help me.
And realistically, you'll have a yellow in another 2 laps or less, anyways, to go and get some new ones. So,
Right. I mean, and fuel at that time was the most important. You know, with a 3-time fuel burn, you really do need to top the gas up, but then get some track position. But nobody else pitted, so I've got more fuel than those guys in front. All right, we got a couple laps under our belt now. We can start driving a little bit harder.
right? And I noticed you don't necessarily, do you check the tire temps there just for your own self, or is it a feel thing? You just know after a couple laps where you should be and where it's at.
I can kind of feel it. Like right there, it's
Like, you'll
sticking
feel
pretty
it-
good.
You'll feel it in the wheel more than
Yeah.
checking the temps. I don't know, like, how much of a scientific approach you would.
I more
bring
just
to
feel
this.
it. I can hear it and I can
Yeah.
see it and I can feel it, right? The audio,
I think this
the
would-
visual, and the wheel with the force feedback.
I think the one part that would be cool to have a driving rig for this game would be for that sensation of turning and just kicking out on you. Like, you would feel it, like in that ass end of your seat. I'm guessing
Yeah.
if you had a proper racing, like a hydraulic racing seat set up,
Oh,
platform kind of thing, that if you could start to feel that little bit of a kick out, like, maybe it would just react a little bit of a
oh, it'd be
little
great.
slide. You'd like,
This
then-
game's so old,
like,
there
that's
was
the-
no motion rigs, so that wouldn't work for this one, but iRacing would be
oh,
great.
wouldn't it? Well, wouldn't work yet. I wouldn't put it past some of these nerds out there to crack the code.
You're right. Now we're rolling. See,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
she's
or
on
I-
rails.
Right? Nice and warmed up.
Yeah. See, about 195 on the right front tire, so 200 on the right rear.
That's good. Now we got some good racing happening here.
Yeah. See, now that the cars are warmed up, we'll be able to drive them a little bit more aggressively for a little while, right? I mean, you're still going to have to watch your fuel, about 10 laps to go on gas.
That last corner there always makes my asshole pucker up a little bit.
Yeah.
You go flying in there and you lift up 2 whole lanes and then you're almost right at the fence. I'm like,
Yeah.
yep. Like this one, no, it's all good so far.
See,
I
the
think
good
it's like
racing in
coming
front
out of
there.
this one.
3 wide. I
It
mean, the
is
track
close.
is 6 lanes wide. I mean, there's a lot of room to move out here in Michigan. That's why I like it.
Here, right? This is where you come out of it and then you get real high.
Oh, I hit the yellow line. To lift a little more now. That screwed up my
Right there,
line.
like, oh, balls right there.
Yeah. See, and Randy saw that. He got in the inside of me. I don't have Randy's car downloaded, apparently. That's a generic.
Just a generic 5.1 on there. Is that what it is?
Yeah, generic
21,
21
sorry. I look
Amco
in the
hooker.
rear.
Hooker headers, that's a generic. This Bynum's got the same one. That's weird. I thought I had downloaded all the cars. Oh, I did it again. I hit that yellow line.
What happened?
It upsets the car.
Oh.
And I gotta lift too much to get it back underneath me. I got a wicked run coming down that front straightaway.
Yeah, they're pulling here. What lap we looking at here?
Lap number 30. You just told me there's 20 left and there's 50 lap race.
Oh, okay.
Car up into the wall.
Yep, the hooker hit the wall. Was Nintendo actually a sponsor of this game? Was that back then?
What do you mean?
On the back of his car, the one in front of you, he had Nintendo on the lid of the trunk.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Hooker headers?
Red and white. Yeah, on the hooker header, but on the lid of the trunk.
Oh,
If you want to go ahead and just step on it, and I'll show you.
okay. Yeah. Probably. I mean, they'll just grab any sponsor, right?
Oh, okay. So, but I just wondered with that if it would have. Oh, it doesn't matter. I guess no real
No.
trademark.
And this mod was a mod, so it was a generic that was purchased by or created by a team, right?
All kinds of movement going on here.
See, it's a lot of fun when you run a few laps and get some heat in the thing.
Right, and everybody's got enough space there to figure it out, or everybody's kind of figured it out in general, right? By this point, hey, warm them up first because it keeps sliding around. Oh, goodness gracious! That's 2 to the side. Nope, no yellow. That's off the track.
Yeah. Jeffrey Elliott pulling down and do some pit stops. I've got about 5 laps on my tank still. I'm going to run it as far as I can.
You've got 16 to go.
Yeah, and I can get 16 on a tank. So that's what Jeffrey's thinking. If you have 16,
Is that with 2 cans, like a full tank?
2 cans will take you 16 laps.
Oh, okay.
So he pit early thinking maybe there might be a yellow. He'd be in first. Because he was first in the pits, he won't have to pit again. And any yellows will gain you some tracks position too, right?
Yeah,
Or
only
not
if it
track
was on
position.
yellow, right?
You'll get more on that fuel too under yellow because he'll be riding slow.
Oh, okay. So he gambled on the yellow and lost in that case. Then you figure?
Well, see, even if the yellow does come out, he'll make it regardless.
Oh no, he'll make it, but he'll be like position wise.
I think that's what he was banking on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if everybody else gets in the pits, it's not really going to matter, right? It's all going to cycle back around. Like right now,
Fair
Jeff will
enough.
be in last, but everybody in front of him hasn't pit yet, so he'll be back in front of me.
Have you ever gone to see a race, like in person?
No. No, buddy of mine there at work, Chad, he's going to go to Michigan in August.
Oh, okay.
He's coming here. And it's going to be awesome. He's going down with a bunch of guys. They rented an RV. They got a spot and rented a porta potty and everything. It's going to be great.
Nice.
Yeah, like that's cool.
You hitch a ride with those guys. That'd be
Yeah.
a cool thing to check out.
It would be cool.
That's not
Michigan,
far, eh?
not really.
I mean, comparatively, like compared to going down to Talladega or any other racetracks that are typically further to the south, I would think, wouldn't it be middle to south? My geography is piss poor.
Watkins Glen would be close because it's in New York.
Oh, okay, northern New York though. I mean, New York, fair size, isn't it? Like from
New York State's big, yeah, but
Texaco running a little slow there.
7-2 pitting.
21 exit.
Clear line. Your road speed 55.
Just like we practiced.
Yep, just like we talked about, 55.
Remember when I said don't mess it up? You didn't.
You
I'm so
didn't mess
proud.
it up. Green flag pit
Congrats
stops.
on doing the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
Your road speed 55.
Back.
casualty in the
Figured if I'm
in the
gonna
pit crew.
if I'm gonna have to back up, I'm gonna do it on the last pit stop under green.
Fair enough. And if you were gonna drop your one fuck for the broadcast, that was where to drop it. I know we've probably done way more than one, but
Oh
in
yeah.
fact, I just said two in the same sentence. The irony is not lost. But all right, after that pit stop, that shows you currently in fourth. So I don't
Yeah, we'll have to go back around though. Because I passed the stripe in the pits, right?
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So we'll let this go around. But I got fresh tires all the way around now, so
You're all set.
get a lap on them, and they'll be a little bit fresher tires than these other guys. Gotcha.
So they're going to this. They're actually heading to this Michigan Raceway. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, Michigan International Speedway. Yeah, he said it was like a couple, like $300 or $400 to rent an RV spot with a porta potty,
Yeah.
and they're like 4 or 5 of them are going, and then the other guys will just go for fuel. You know, like they'll just pay for gas. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cheap, man. But NASCAR wants asses in the seats because, you know, they've been struggling
that's-
for a little
That's
while.
a day shift away. I just pulled it up on
Yeah.
Google. You're about 7 hours and 20 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you should think about it. It might be just a ride of a time.
That'd be cool,
You know,
yeah.
Sleeping with a bunch of dudes in an RV,
Yeah,
sharing a pot. No.
exactly.
But still, just I mean, to check out the race, right? Like, I bet you that'd be a hell of a party.
Bristol would be cool too. Bristol, Tennessee.
Oh yeah,
Super short track, yeah. Half-mile oval in a stadium. Looks like a bathtub. That'd be a cool one.
right.
The last
That'd
real
be some fun.
Coliseum. That's what they call it.
That'd be some fun racing to watch too. I
It
think
would
on a
be.
shorter track like that.
Oh, yeah. And the way that track's built, like a bathtub, they call it the last real Coliseum. Because it just
Oh,
looks
okay.
like a totally different monster. Like, it just looks so much fun. They're stuffing everybody in there, and there's, you know, the bleachers are pitched up like, 30 degrees, like straight up.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy. It's a crazy looking track. They got as many people as they could in that little track by just jamming those stands in there and jacking them up. I mean, even the stands here, like Chad said, this front straight, you can see those stands on
Yeah.
the right. He says you need an elevator to get to the top rows. Like you can actually take an elevator up.
Oh no
I'm
shit.
like, really? He's like, yeah, man. There's that many rows. where you
Well,
can
you
take an
imagine, like-
elevator to the top. I'm like, that's cool. And they're way up top too, so they can see across the whole track.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, in that case, the nosebleeds aren't half bad, right? And you can see a better view of the race as opposed to lower down, I would guess.
Yeah, like what a facility, you know?
You must have some amazing handrails or some kind of says. I'm thinking there was a
Yeah.
lot of drunk people in the stands,
Tumbling.
just knocking back. No, exactly. Like, I gotta go get another beer, but don't fall down on your face. The 28
Going for a slow roll.
Yeah, right. Because if you start tumbling, you're not gonna get out of that till you hit the bottom. Oh, look at that!
Can pull the old Gary Slingshot Mingus on him. Maybe not. Is that Eli? Yeah, that's BSR Eli. Burnt screwdrivers.
Right.
Letting us
Not
use their
more
track
stubborn.
on Saturday nights.
I see that. I think Born Stubborn immediately. That's why I think where my head
Yeah,
went.
yeah, you're right. Born Stubborn Radio. There's a website that used to exist. Back when the word podcast didn't exist and we did an internet radio show
Right. Just
back in the olden days.
Now we're doing it again.
When
But
I
with
had
racing.
to like update an RSS feed and email it to people.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, this is out. Do you still keep in touch with
Eli
Mark?
slipped in there. Sorry, go ahead.
Nice. I was gonna say, do you keep in touch with Mark after all these years? I know he used to be one of the people that faithfully tuned into your show.
Oh, Mark Ferguson? Yeah, I have him on Facebook. And
Yeah.
Richard's another guy. And
okay.
Kevin Baird. A bunch of those dudes, yeah, I follow them on Facebook.
Well, that's cool.
Whoa, almost kissed the wall with the right door there. That's
Little
your
bit
side of the
squirrely
car.
there.
Passenger side
I
impact,
know,
no big deal.
that's why you think my butthole's puckered up every time I go in there. I'm like, oh, you don't give a shit. You got 4 more feet between you and the concrete.
Yeah,
You know I'm a nervous passenger.
and 8-inch
Hold on, I
roll
got to-
bars.
I gotta go swallow like 3 gravels just to try and get this under control here. You don't want me throwing up in your car.
See, I'm thinking too, like I waited till the end of my fuel cycle there to get fresh tires all the way around. I'll be able to drive this thing a little bit harder, a little bit longer than most of these guys. So I might start reeling these dudes in.
Yeah, so that's the
Because
play, right?
Keith just flew by me, but now I'm catching him. His tires might be falling apart.
Well, you
know,
gotta
you-
be close to the final 5 now.
Yeah, you drive loose, 3 to go, 2 at the line. You drive
okay.
loose for a little bit just to get those fresh tires on a little bit later, you know?
Well, yeah. So it says you're at least 5 to the good at this point. So yeah, just put the hammer down and let's see what this thing will do.
Yeah. So 2 at the line this time by the leader pass. That's why that lap counter changed. The bottom right's my fuel display. When that changes to a 2, that's when the leader goes over. I think.
Oh, okay.
There it is there. So the leader just crossed the line.
Mm.
I should be able to get these guys.
You're gonna try out that secret 6th gear I gave you your car before the race?
Yes.
That's the one where you gotta
Somebody
pull
crashed.
up on the knob of the shifter and then
Oh,
just
somebody
pull straight
crashed in the
back.
back slot.
Ooh,
That's another position
still
for me.
green.
White flag in the air at the stripe, 1 to go.
Now's the time for any
Eli behind me was gaining on me again, but he just slipped again. Saw
right?
him in the rearview mirror.
Looks like everyone's holding pretty firm here.
Oh, I'm driving it hard coming out of that turn.
Yeah, you were.
I could hear the front tires starting to scrub a little bit.
Oh, you can actually, there's the audio cues, is it?
Yeah.
Not much you can do there when they're driving like. There they are.
Good race, guys.
Wet, Alex. Good run, everybody. Good job, Mr. Bo. Good race.
But it got stopped.
Good job, Greg.
I had a run, but it got stopped.
Where's Alex? I want to bump him.
I had a run on you coming off of the two.
There he goes. Nice win, bud.
Racing with no sound for most of that. That's crazy. Couldn't hear a car, couldn't hear nothing. My wife was so happy she could watch TV.
I had to give. I was trying to bump him, but he was trying to get away from me.
I'll get the exports for you too, bud.
Did I actually? I did bump him with my rear, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I think you got him a bit for sure. There was.
I got him. Because he goes, thanks, Blaine. And then I said congratulations after I ran into him. Because, you know,
Yeah,
as
right.
is tradition.
For sure.
Play. 5, 1, 0. Everybody's scrambling to get exports and stuff because of what happened there a couple of nights ago.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
No. I mean, I don't use these, but sometimes guys need them. So at least if you've got them, you've got them.
No, it makes sense.
Well, there you go. If you were watching, thanks for watching Thai Nation TV's broadcast of Turbo. What do you think we should do at the hockey game, man?
We should give it a try. Oops. Got some technical difficulties on my end there. Kicking over amps and unplugging shit. We should probably, I don't know, were you thinking about like streaming a game and just like calling it and just some AI stuff, or what were your?
I'm thinking,
well,
yeah,
how did
because
you mean?
yeah, like because I know the NHL playoffs are currently going, right? So would it be crazy to think like we just pick a series and simulate it?
Yeah, right. You could go for Toronto, geographically close.
Yeah, I mean,
Close
or
to your home,
the
not to your
Panthers. The Panthers beat. I don't know who the Panthers are going to play, but they beat Boston, which is our team. You know, like for the family, we always checking out Boston. But I'm wondering, like now that Boston's out and Panthers beat them, we could like sim the Panthers, follow the Panthers to the end, or you know, because I think that game is it's the same thing. It's a 20-year-old game, just like this one. You know.
I'm always intrigued when I find out people have fans of hockey teams that they weren't like. I guess for me, West Coast, we had the Canucks. That was it. We had the Lions for Canadian football, nothing else. I never really understood how do you pick a team that you're not geographically close to just because they're a good team? Because I would like if that was the case, I would just be like, I'm gonna pick these guys because they're really good.
Yeah,
did your dad ever say like how he became a fan of the Boston?
He's always been a fan of Boston. You know, guys like Cam Neely, Ray Bourque, like those old teams are so good. And you know, Phil Esposito, if you're going way back, like he would have just been a fan of the team.
Yeah, right. Okay,
because of the guys that play for the team and, you know, how they carry themselves and how they play. And, you know, it's always just fun watching the Bruins. And that's probably all it was. And it just bleeds off onto us, you know.
No, that's cool. I didn't know maybe he's like from Boston originally or lived there sometime, or like there's some behind the scenes stuff that I didn't know about.
It's so fun to go for a team that's not the local team, because then you can be that guy in the bar. You know what I mean? Wearing the Bruins hat, and everybody in there is fucking Leafs fan, and then you're you know you're gonna beat them. You know, the Leafs fans are so mad at me for saying that right now.
Yeah, right.
But that would be the thing. Like, you know, like, yeah, why not just, you know, pick a team and like, you know, fans of NASCAR, pick a driver. You know, my mom, when, you know, Dad and I, we used to watch NASCAR all the time, like in the 90s. And mom was like, oh, you're watching that racing again? And we're like, and then eventually she just succumbed to it and was like, oh, who's that guy? you know, and like, oh, it's this rookie, you know, Jimmy Johnson. She's like, oh, he's cute. Maybe I'll root for him. Fucking 7 championships later, you know, like
Right.
she picked him because she liked the way he looked and she liked the paint job on his car. That's classic.
He's a handsome young man.
It's a handsome young man, and he really knows how to drive that car around. So then she got, oh, he won again. Well, isn't that fancy? So then she started sitting down on the couch and watching it and learning the strategies in the pits and how the race worked and all that kind of shit. And then doesn't it end up like Jimmy's like a 7-time champion or something? You know, like it's crazy. He became one of the greatest to ever drive in the sport. Like, how did you pick that guy? You know, I was a Tony Stewart fan because Tony Stewart was kind of an aggressive dickhead on the track, and he was great to watch though because he could drive like among the greatest ever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, he didn't really win that many championships. I don't think he won any championships in NASCAR, but he was amazing to watch, you know. But yeah, Mom just picked that guy because she liked the way he looked, and turns out he was one of the greatest to ever drive. Same with Jeff Gordon. Like, all these guys love to hate him. And she just always wins.
Right.
So, you know, we ended up landing with Boston, but every time we were at Grandma's house and stuff, we always, you know, would put on the hockey game, and Grandma hated it. But when you got like 15 darlings in the house, like, look, we're watching hockey at, you know, Grandma's big dinner party. We're all in the living room watching the Leafs play the Habs because it's Saturday night. The Leafs always play the Habs on Saturday night. And, you know, we're rooting for the Leafs because there's a whole room of Leaf fans and it's a riot, you know?
Yeah, right. Why not?
I'm just a fan of hockey, and I'm a big fan of hockey in like a room full of hockey fans. It's such a party.
Oh no, I like to watch the game. I love nothing like going to watching a live game, or you watch it with friends, at a pub or otherwise, right?
Yeah, with a massive amount of, not massive, but just with, you know, even if it's half a dozen people in a room, it's great. You know, that's the great thing about sports, especially when you've got a room full of people.
Yeah, well, you can enjoy it, and
It's like I don't even watch hockey anymore, but if I knew like Ryan and Dad were going to be at the house with like a bunch of their buddies watching the Bruins at Game 7, I'd have been there.
Oh yeah,
I'd have been there.
I tune in once in a while for playoffs, kind of where I'm at now. But yeah,
it's, you know. But now, I mean, I don't really care. I'm always up for watching a good hockey game, but you know, I don't really follow it much anymore.
it's a lot to invest in. It's 3 hours a night every time there's a game, right? Like,
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with the video game too. Like with NHL 2004, you know, I could turn the timer down to a 12-minute period instead of a 20-minute period, you know, so the games go by a little quicker. But they've tweaked it, and I was reading about it, how they tweaked that game, you know, and I've installed all their stuff to make it like even more realistic. You know, they've really tweaked a lot of the player stats so guys don't, you know, Alexander Ovechkin's not just a 99 overall in every category, you know, he's not like superhuman. It's like, look, these guys are good, but they still need to play like they still need to be beat in the game. They shouldn't be unstoppable. So they've tweaked all that shit and made it the ultimate hockey sim. So I think it might be worth latching on to a couple of teams maybe in round 2 if you want to do it.
oh, I think so.
That would be a lot of fun. I could
What
just set
else
it
am I
up on mine. Yeah, exactly. Like I could set it up on mine. I'd be like, hey, well, this who's going to win tomorrow? You know, and do that matchup. I'm going to actually get in the game and check to see if the rosters are. I'm not going to set the lines up and shit, but I want to make sure. I'm pretty sure I installed the most recent roster pack, so I'll go in and double check that. You know, Seattle Kraken versus whoever.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Make sure it's all up to date. And
Yeah, I mean, if the Kraken are in there, then I'm sure it's the 2023 trade deadline rosters, and you know
that
I'll
would
be able
make
to
sense,
put.
I would think.
Yeah, Montreal again, or was it Toronto beat? I can't even remember who they beat. Tampa Bay. So like I could put Toronto against Tampa Bay, and like the players on those teams are probably it probably mimics the real life roster because it looks to me like it was up to date. I got to check a little bit more, but make sure we're simming, if we're going to use it to sim some games, if we're actually simming it with the right people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
No, I'd be
Mario
down to do that.
Lemieux.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Mario.
Mario Lemieux, he doesn't play for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm like, shit, down with the wrong roster. Got
That
retired
other
15
one,
years ago.
Kidney Crosby. What's his name? The
Yeah, that guy. Scores
the next
goals and
Gretzky,
stuff.
Get out of here.
Well, yeah, if anybody was watching Tarnation TV Turbo or decides to watch it later, thank you for checking it out. It's basically, I'm going to race in the race, and my best friend in the whole wide world is going to sit there, and we're just going to shoot the shit the whole time. Might as well click stream.
Join us, because let's be honest, if you're still here at this point, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. That's it,
I'm
man.
just kidding. I'm sure your time is very valuable. Thank you for spending it with us. Click that like and subscribe button, and I'm always just joking.
Oh, we joke. I think we joke more than we're serious.
We did a lot more joking. I'm all for that.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. But yeah, I guess if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.
And always make sure you get that gun coat from underneath your toenails, because otherwise it'll stink up your feet, and then it makes your shoes smell bad.